Hello everyone, Switched over here, and if you notice my voice is a bit deeper than usual, it is actually because that I am having a bit sore throat at the moment, and that's why my voice is a bit much deeper than normally is, and that is because I have this terrible cold right now at the moment. So as you can see, the title says I'm having a break. That means I probably won't know. I probably won't making any more videos for a while. And I know, uh, to be honest, I have the slightest idea. But I do have several videos that I already have made, but they will be uploaded as normal. but but yeah, and I wonder. I know that many of you want to see your stories to be made, but since I have throat is sore and since one of my subscribers said no more audio story please, so I decided I will quit with audio stories, but not entirely. I will make some more audio stories, but not this as often anymore, cause I will try to make more regular old stories. Those stories I originally started with music and text. Even if I don't, even those when I made old stories at the beginning, there were some problems since I didn't find any much good pictures enough, a great number of them. So I didn't decide to use any stories of them. But then I did it. The first old story seems to be a good success. But instead, for using my voice, I might continue to make stories, even if they show only one picture over and over. But instead, I will use music and text instead. I don't know how people think that is better, but it is much better than using my voice. Even though using my voice is going makes it faster for me to make another stories. Alright. Dang, I know that is cold. Uh, anyways, well, as I said, I will want to make much as in other stories as I used to, but I will make sure that even though most of the stories I had made so far has been done finished already is art stories. So if of my subscribers or viewers even don't like my art stories anymore as before, things that there are too many of them, you have to be patient. I do have plans for more art stories to be made. I know that. And this is also a short message. This is actually for Bill Gates' habit. If you haven't seen your or seen the latest video I made, it can explain that you are the winner of this contest challenge that I did. And if you haven't seen it yet, you can still find the answer and also find the the six stories that you can pick from, the free one, the three stories of the six you can pick from. And well, everyone, I know that you many wonders when will the next story be up, and I can say the next story will be up soon. And which one it will be, I am not so much remember the story itself, but it is quite many I have in since I made a list. I know that many of you wonders what the next story gonna be. Well, I will tell you the next story that we will be made. It is much more than I ever expect to see. I was expecting you to make Rainbow Dash, and Celestia by now. But so far, I did actually had the video already been made, but unfortunately, by some random accident, I deleted that story, found that it has already been uploaded. Because I delete most of the stories, well, since they had already been made and uploaded, so I decided I always delete those stories that have been uploaded. But I can tell you the next story to be up is Cherry Jubilee Sapphire Shores, and it was originally on schedule on March 27th. But I'm not so sure if that is going to be on March 27th or if it's going to be later on. I can also tell the last of this list is going to be Flash Madness and Mesh Metal. But I can't say if it's actually it's going to be a love story. So basically, I can say from the newest that's going to be up soon. First and from now, the others are going to be 8 more stories, and all of them are other stories. And I know that my friends doesn't even some of us that has doesn't even as a much as a fan of my art stories. But you have to realize sometimes I don't have time to make the regular stories as I'm used to. So I did other stories to make it go faster. But since so many have been asking if stories have been made, I know that many of you want to make your stories made, and I have many of my own stories I want to do. So you have to give me slack for that. I mean, I've been looking forward to make your story as well as I really hope for you. There are so many stories that I want to make, but you have to realize on the one website I found, Therapy Bureau, I pronounced it right. There is a ton of potential love stories there, or at least true friends. But I haven't found so many I wish to make. But I know you want your story to be up, but you have to give me slack and some time to think. It takes time to make this one story and next. And since I can't spend my time at the computer to make one story and then go to next and next in one day, it is not physically possible for me. If I made a lot of stories and all the stories, perhaps I could make 3 or 4. But at the moment, it won't be any more stories to be made for not until I am much better and my throat is better again. And since how this course seriously takes a lot of my energy, if I feel almost like almost it's I am on my half wake, half sleep mode. Even I want to be a full awake mode, but being a little sick is drains a lot of my energy. But you have to take time. Even if I say, oh, I hope I'm full recovered the next day, no fever, nothing. If that was that simple, but sometimes it isn't. Cold can last for days, perhaps a week. I'm just happy. I'm just glad that I have a cold, not that a flu or anything, because a flu is much worse. It can last for from 1 to 3 weeks, and pain from the inner body, and that is just nothing I don't want to experience ever again. I'd rather have a cold rather than a flu with something else. But everyone, I do hope this video explains some things to you why your stories hasn't been up yet. Even if that two stories have been placed in a folder and or at least been taken care of by my girlfriend, she's the one who mostly spent time to find pictures for those stories, even if I do had find my own. And but you have to understand, it takes time to make just one story. If this had continued overwhelming me so much, I probably had just said, no, forget it. I probably just stopped doing it and probably just said, well, I'm so overwhelmed, I probably will take a break for another couple months or perhaps rest of the year. And that means nearly perhaps nearly 10 months of, well, almost 10 months, or well, 8, 10, 9 months of break from YouTube. And that means even from stores. And I know many of you have been would just still continue asking, when is the next story to be up? When is the next story going to be? And sometimes I just wanna say no. Sometimes I get so overwhelmed as a many request. So, and even I did say that once that I was going to take a break and that I was not going to take any more requests for time. That has still an effect. I usually don't even take requests right now at the moment either. But even if I had so many requests before, I had so many some other stories that we made in comments, but since unfortunately, since the comment section, the discussion box was somehow, for some mysterious way, deleted and reorganized into community section instead. So instead, a lot of those stories that I had been asked to make was lost, and I didn't expect that even to happen. So if I didn't know it was going to happen, I would have probably put the screenshots of the stories and saved them in a folder. But unfortunately, I don't know exactly how many of those stories ideas has been lost because of that. It could be around a few dozens, has a couple hundred, but I can say that in my email I have about 200, 200 email ideas for the love stories, true friend stories, and you have to understand it takes time. But as I said, it takes time. And I'm hopefully that you understand to be patient. Even if I don't even make stories now or perhaps in the next year or so, I if I had all the spare time to make, I would probably have done maybe let's say 10 videos in perhaps maybe 2 3 days. So in a week maybe I could have done what 20 30 videos in a week. That's that probably won't happen since I work time of day and so and some other things happen. So well everyone that's all I want to say in this kind of short update about my break and everything else. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. And as well, and as always, subscribe, leave a comment, and as always, this is Switch Diablo over and out.